All right, in this lesson, we're going to be doing a lick of the week with John Mayer playing, improvising over Sugaree with Dead & Company. There's a very specific reason I picked these couple bars because I'm really trying to drive home this concept of chord tone targeting, and I think he does it really well here, okay? So when you're improvising, there's two main concepts that you can use, right? We can use modes and scales, and we can use this concept called chord tone targeting. You know, it's basically arpeggios of the chords being played underneath, you know, whatever you're soloing over, okay? So in the case of Sugaree here, they are jamming over B and E major, and it's in Mixolydian. Okay, the song is written in Mixolydian. And so that's where we know we can start. B Mixolydian. The jam, the chords are okay, that's the jam. So, two chord progression, easier to solo over because it's two chords to think about. Now, while we can play Mixolydian over anything, right? Over those two chords, we can just keep playing Mixolydian. It's going to sound decent. You're not going to hit any really bad notes in there, but it'll sound better if you target the notes of the chord, right? So let's take the E chord, right? When we're over the E chord in Mixolydian, let's play it. Right? That note right there, A flat or G sharp. That's in an E major chord. It's not in a B major chord, right? It'll work with B major. It's the sixth degree, but it's not a chord tone. So we can play it. We can use it as a passing tone. We can use it, but it's going to sound good if you drill that note as the as the E chord comes around, because it's the third chord tone of E. E is made up, right, of these three notes. E, A flat, and B. Right? So, and B is made up of B, E flat, and F sharp. Or B, D sharp, F sharp, however you want to look at it. Okay? So if we focus on those notes of those chords, as those chords are going to be played, it's going to sound more intentional and more melodic, and you're just going to elevate your playing a little bit. So we're just going to examine a few bars of what he's doing here. Let's take a listen. We're coming out of the chorus solo. Okay, that's what we're going to study today, what we just heard there. All right, so let's look at the tab. So he comes in right away, and he drills the tonic, the tonal center of the whole thing, B. Because we're in B Mixolydian, E major, B Mixolydian. All right? So right there, that's a B note. He's hitting the tonal center of the whole song. He comes in on the 13th fret as a little pickup note. What note is that? That is A flat. So 6 to 1. sorry. Yeah, 6. 6th degree to the 1st degree. Really drilling that B. All right, then what's he do? What's that? What's going on there? So we're still on B. All that's over B. So what's he doing? Well, he's playing these cool little thirds, right? These little double stop thirds. So we have the B and its third, E flat or D sharp. Then he goes down, he just drops that down, that same shape, the third, a major third interval he's playing here. He just drops it down, one whole step. He's kind of just going down the scale. Is this a chord tone of B? No, not necessarily. No, it's not. But it is in the scale, and I think he's using it as a connective tissue. Because there's B, that's the next note he goes to. That's the flat 7 of the key, or of the chord and the mode. And where's he land? Right there. That is, right? It's, G sharp, the third chord tone, the major third, in an E major chord. And he hits it right when they move to the E major. So we have boom, right there. Drills that chord tone right on the downbeat. Okay, then, and so the thing with the thirds is basically he's just walking down the scale. And then he goes, he walks down the scale from the third chord tone of B major. That's the third, right? 1, 2, 3. There's an octave of it. There's another octave of it. So he's walking from the third of B down the scale to the third of the E major chord. Okay, then from there, he goes scalular, but he's passing by again that third chord tone of E. Then he goes and bends up to it. He's really playing around this third of E. Bends up to it. And then when we go back to the B, he lands on this note, and that is the 5th chord tone, the 5 of the B major chord. So again, targeting a chord tone, one of those 3 chord tones, the root, the 3rd, or the 5th. When we go back to the B. So we have E, we're on E now, E, E, back to B. And then he does this little lick. So that's just 6 on the D string to the root note, B. Similar as the note he started on. Right? And then he goes, hammers on 4 to 6 on the G string, slides up to the 6 again, and lands on the B. I'm sorry, this is not the root note. This is just a 2nd, or the 9th degree. And he lands on the B when we go back to the E major chord, which B is the 5th chord tone of an E major chord. Okay, so I hope you're seeing this. Chord tone, downbeat. Chord tone, downbeat, the next chord change. Chord tone of the next chord change. So there you have it. I hope you can see what he's doing there, and you can try to start applying this concept of chord tone targeting in your own playing. Okay, so we're going to be talking about this. I think we're going to be doing a lot of lick of the week lessons like this to try to really drill it in your head. So there you have it. Chord tone targeting, B Mixolydian, John Mayer Sugaree by Dead & Company.